Social media allows creativity at anyone's fingertips, and one website that lives rent-free in my head that I love to talk about as much as I can is TikTok. By now, I've basically dubbed myself the TikTok scholar. I have documented many online degeneracies committed on TikTok because compared to YouTube, that place is still currently the wild, wild west. I'm not talking about the Wild West like John Marston, Arthur Morgan, Red Dead. I'm talking wild, wild west with Will Smith. Like it is just awful trash. A good example is the TikTok account Custom Wood Burning. Her content is absolutely unhinged, insane, and it really does make you think, is this like a real person or is this someone that the deep state is paying to look bad to make everyone look bad?
Her name was Candace.
Can you prove that?
Candy's nuts fit in your mouth.
Oh, of course!
If you don't want to make any progress in your life, if you want to completely soft lock yourself from enjoying the beautiful things that life offers, like touching grass, looking at the birds, seeing the amazing sights like a giant cathedral with a Samsung phone advert in front of it, then simply join me and just lie in bed doing absolutely nothing, doom scrolling on TikTok. Why do I look like that? Now, this TikToker I'm about to talk about today needs no introduction. Actually, I've documented him quite a lot before, and that is, of course, your boy, Joshua Block, World of T-Shirts.
I'm going to France and you're not.
Now, me and many other people have already documented Joshua Block to hell and back, and his situation, although it's funny, it's kind of sad funny, so it's not really that funny, it's more just sad. This is someone who has obvious learning disabilities, and he's basically getting blackout drunk pretty much every single day, putting himself in danger, putting other people in danger, being a general nuisance, spending way too much money that he usually doesn't even have.
How much money do you spend every day here in New York?
At least 150 or 200.
Okay, what are you mostly spending your money on?
Drinks, subway fares, train fares.
And probably running for the Guinness World Record of the fastest person to achieve liver cirrhosis. Now, Joshua Block's infamy has actually gotten so bad that I have seen videos of people witnessing Joshua Block in public in New York, not even understanding that he was a real person, thinking that he's just someone that I made up in my videos.
Dude, throw the t-shirts. I thought this guy was just a fucking myth. I'd watch like PyroLive videos on this guy.
Now, every time I cover Joshua Block, I do tend to feel more and more sorry for him because it's not a good situation. He's someone, again, like I've said, he's mentally disabled. Like he does not have all of his faculties there. If anything, he really shouldn't even be living independently, let alone wandering around, you know, Brooklyn and Queens, absolutely plastered drunk at 4 a.m. You know, walking up to people going, "I'm going to sue you."
I'll sue your ass for millions of fucking dollars.
Now, one thing TikTok loves to do is these comparison slideshows showing, you know, how someone used to look really good and then they look absolutely awful. It's usually into the tune of, "You're starting to look really weird." Basically, it's like, "Oh, look, you were good here and now you look awful. Oh my God, sort your life out." And this trend has hit Joshua harder than the alcoholism has hit his liver because a lot of comparison videos have been posted online. Like you can see him here a lot younger, like before alcohol came into his life. And, you know, he just seems to be like a very sweet person, if a little bit naive. Now, the subtext of that video is Joshua's manager, Michael Quinn, who I've talked about many, many times. This guy is just an absolute scumbag and has been taking advantage of Josh for basically the best part of 2 years now. So this was someone who owned like a chain of hot dog stands, and he basically came upon Joshua in like a chance encounter and basically thought to himself, I run a bunch of hot dog stands. Maybe I can manage this guy as well. I don't know why I sounded like Swagger Souls there. "Hey, Fitz, I'm gonna go manage this autistic guy in New York." Now, Michael would take advantage of Josh pretty much whenever he could, you know, feeding him alcohol. But then when he realized that the public, you know, hated Josh for becoming an alcoholic and the way he was just acting so stupid in public, any day that Josh went sober, maybe not even a day, maybe like 12 hours, Michael would instantly jump on TikTok basically saying, "Yeah, that's me. That's the Quinn effect, baby." There is nothing positive to say about this guy. He's basically like a millionaire or multi-millionaire that owns a chain of hot dog stands that is taking advantage of Josh, either for his own amusement or to strangely feel like he's a good person. It's the equivalent of like nuking Megaton in Fallout 3, but then you gave like a homeless person some still water. Oh, great. Okay, everything's fine now. Now, I looked a little bit more into it, and the hot dog chain that Michael Quinn Quinn actually owns is called Feltman's of Coney Island. And also on top of that as well, not a lot of people covered this, but Michael Quinn actually got into a car crash last year. And after that, he's basically just been popping painkillers constantly. But again, like that does not excuse the way that Josh has been treated. So that was pretty much the last video, like me talking about how much of a bad influence Michael Quinn was, just obviously taking advantage of Josh. But after this video, you'll quickly realize Josh has left Michael Quinn.
So I'm really sad today. Josh and I, we're not friends anymore.
So you'd think, oh my God, okay, so Josh has left someone taking advantage of him. This could be it. He could stop his drinking. He could stop popping Zins every 5 seconds. He might actually be on the path to fixing himself. We could get the old Joshua Block back from like 3 years ago, where, you know, he was like reviewing iced coffee at Starbucks. But unfortunately, like living in LA, managers always find a way. They come in through the drainage system, through the AC. They are inescapable. And this manager is called Mr. Based. I wish I was making that up. I genuinely wish that was a bit. He's actually called Mr. Based. It's like that news article from the 80s saying like discord among US Jews. It's unreadable. So Michael Quinn was always a bad influence on Josh, but Mr. Based is even worse, to the point that he's basically like pushing Josh on actual videos to drink more. So in a very rare moment, you can actually see Josh not wanting to drink. He wants to commit to a job because he's recently actually became a DJ and he's being paid for it. Like he's getting some kind of income because obviously, as we know before, Josh used to do these like, you know, nighttime New York tours, which have been confirmed to just be complete garbage. And basically all you're really doing, you're being overcharged to pay for Josh to get a drink at the bar. Now, if you see Mr. Based in any TikTok, you will see people saying, you know, like Mr. Based is a convicted sex trafficker. His name is Jason Igler and he's a piece of shit. The source is Dude Trust Me. And again, I've tried to look online to see if there's been any convictions under that name, but I can't find anything. Because as we know, TikTok is that website where if one person says something, everyone else is going to parrot it like it's actual truth. This guy is a piece of shit. Like he's pressuring someone that, you know, can't make their own choices and is incredibly learning disabled to drink. But again, like I've tried to look up these convictions and I can't find anything. Now, there's a group of people online that have gone underground and they've been documenting everything Josh has done. These are a collective of detectives putting on their little LA Noire fedora, genuinely believing that they are Cole Phelps, going up to every single person in New York, spamming lie, truth, and doubt with their little notepad, and probably going up to Joshua's manager, asking the hard-hitting questions.
You fuck young boys, Valdez. Are you a madman?
Now, this is, of course, the world of t-shirt subreddit, because if you want a group of people stalking you, look no further than any subreddit for any individual. It's basically a kind of legalized stalking. Now, on this subreddit, they've actually broken down and shared information regarding the whole case around Joshua's current manager, Mr. Based. And the TLDR is basically that it's possible that he had drugged a woman, which had killed her around 11 years ago. Now, the drug in her system was gamma hydroxybutyrate, or JHB. And this is like an infamously well-known date rape drug, you know, to the point that like people in clubs and bars now are selling little covers that you put on top of your drink. And the main reason why women say, I don't want to leave my drink unattended. But it's also a drug as well that can be helped to reduce narcolepsy. Probably one of its original intentions, again, before it was used as a date rape drug. Now, because it's New York and everyone is within 1 square meter of each other, there's been a lot of confrontation. So a lot of people have gone up to Jason, Mr. Based, and basically accused him of this, to which he actually does the Joshua Block strat of freaking out, saying, I'm going to sue you.
You drugged the girl and she overdosed and died.
So what did I do?
You drugged her.
What did I do?
Apparently it was a date rape drug called
Are you
DHB.
saying I murdered somebody, you fucking piece of shit?
That's what I'm being told.
Then I'll sue you for slander. Fuck off, loser. Go home.
To this day, I still have no idea how Mr. Based hooked up with Josh. Like he's basically just being a complete parasite, leeching off what little clout Josh has left. Because again, I've talked about this in previous videos covering Josh. It's a sad situation because whenever he goes clean, his channel dies off. People want to see this guy like doing Icarus, like going too close to the sun. I mean, to be fair, that brief stint where he wasn't drinking for like 1 to 2 months, and Michael Quinn, you know, when he was Josh's manager, going,
That's the Quinn effect, baby.
that was more just, he probably told Josh, you can drink, just don't do it on camera. Don't do it on camera. Do it off camera. So it was pretty obvious that Josh was drinking every single day, but he just wasn't posting it on TikTok. So he's still damaging his body, his liver, but he's not even getting the views from it. I did a little bit more digging as well, and I found out that Joshua Block, he has an OnlyFans. Now, I'm not paying money to get access to his OnlyFans. Believe me, I am not doing that. But what people are saying on the Reddit is apparently this isn't a troll, it isn't a bit, and he is showing off his his nether regions on this OnlyFans. Now, I have no idea who told him to start an OnlyFans because someone definitely did, but it's still active to this day. It's not like something that was big for like a month and then it died off. He's been posting on this like this month. Now, the tides do seem to be turning a little bit. There is a little silver lining to this story because a lot of people, especially on TikTok, that have been mocking Josh have actually became aware and thought, you know, us egging him on, maybe we're the problem. So you've got a lot of TikToks that are coming out now that are doing numbers of people that are basically saying, we're kind of just being a dick to him. We're watching him crash and burn. And I think that's really refreshing because every single clip I've seen of Josh online at the minute is usually like a group of teenagers that encounter him, they meet him, and then they just start basically like bullying him, buying him alcohol, offering him snus. Like, he does not need this stuff in his body because I'll be honest, like looking at Josh, he probably has the mental capacity of like a 12-year-old. Like, yes, he can be incredibly lazy. He can be incredibly annoying. He really is a lolcow. But again, like, there's just something really wrong about seeing someone get drunk all the time, like on subways and in public, and then people are just like, no one wants to reach out and help him. I'm sure there are videos out there. I've yet to find one, but I've never seen a single person go up to Josh and try to help him and confront him. Is that going to magically fix everything and sort his life out? No, definitely not. It's never going to do that. But it'd be nice to see that instead of people just going up to him and like, you know, just filming him for like quick likes on their own TikTok page. I was planning on going to New York later on this year. I was going to go with some family and just kind of, you know, look around and stuff, maybe even meet people like Jay Schlatt.
I killed a man today.
But honestly, the one person I want to meet if I ever went to New York is Joshua Block. I would love to have an experience sitting down, interviewing him and talking to him. And I'm not talking about one of these podcasts where it's like, you know, they're obviously just taking advantage of him and they probably pay him in alcohol. I really want this guy to get help because I feel like he can still have a career even if he turns everything around. And I'll be honest, at this point, I feel like a normal job would do better than him, you know, just wandering around drunk at 4 a.m. in Brooklyn. I like to admit I haven't been to America in like 5 years. And the first time I go back is just to meet Joshua Block, but definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.